Well, hello everyone. So, this is part 2 of the integration reading. So, speaks to more about the practical things you could do, which I feel does refer back to the part 1 of the reading, which is always great. It's Spirit's way of saying, it's that thing that we said in part 1 was really important, but let us speak more to that in part 2 of this reading. And at the last row there are the plant medicines that want to come and offer some help and guidance and the energies that they really want to bring into you as you integrate the next few weeks. So for some of you, it could be 3 weeks, and I'm seeing 7 weeks for others. So integration is really hard to predict how long it will take. So again, the more you rest, the faster the integration will happen. And it's about flowing with it, not forcing yourself through it. So please keep those things in mind. So the rose thread and the unanointed, those really speak to the card about leadership and potential in the part 1. So the rose thread talks about the inner call, being soul-led, and being the mystic and living courageously. And the anointed speaks about answering the call, leadership, there's that word again, empowerment, and soul gifts. And this all speaks to the card in part 1 where it spoke about you are enough already. You already have what you need to move forward. If you still feel like, oh, but I'm lacking this because other people have this, check in to see why you are being so critical of yourself to the point where you want to compare yourself to others. And by doing that, are you procrastinating? And someone's spirit guide is in front of me right now doing that look on their face. So check with yourself. Are you comparing yourself to someone who may be a bit more advanced than you or more successful than you, to beat yourself down or find excuses to hold yourself back? Or are you looking up to that person to be inspired? And when we do that from a place of inspiration, comparison and criticism goes out the door. So pay attention to how you respond to the changes that you want to bring into your life by looking to the people who already have those things. So the word soul-led, inner call, soul gifts, answer the call. Those words are really standing out to me in those cards. So what do you really want to do right now? And if you could do whatever you wanted to do, then what sort of changes needs to happen, and try to implement that into that planning, or I'm hearing strategic planning for some of you, and I'm hearing 5 to 10 years for some of you for things to fully fall into place, because we can do our work and have everything together the best way we can, but also there's that divine timing that comes into play where if we're waiting for that right partner or the right job, those people also need to do their own inner work, so their vibration matches ours. And with those things coming together, your energy and theirs, it could really propel you forward. So I'm hearing acceleration. I think I may have said that word in the prep reading. So acceleration, advancement, I'm hearing those words. It could happen really quickly for you. So that goes back to the first card in part 1 about a powerful change is about to happen, or a powerful shift is going to happen for you. So in a nutshell, Creator is saying integrate, rest, plan as all those things are happening within you, and then start to take those small steps. So remember that mouse, the spirit animal mouse, about doing those little things, and then the big things will change, shift, and happen for you. So they're actually getting me to go to the next card here. So the sacred union, beloved within inner and outer relationships. So there's a balance here that's happening in the left and right brain. And I'm also hearing the divine masculine, divine feminine energies within you are also balancing and becoming more in that sacred union. So when we're so balanced in those areas, we also call forward situations, people, relationships that are also balanced. So eighth time, I think, where Spirit's saying this is why integration is so important. So really take that time to rest, because when we allow ourselves to rest and integrate and be still, we're going to have pops of insight. So that's actually integration and rest, Spirit is saying, is a little bit of a shortcut to getting the answer or guidance we need. Because if we're in so much in our head, then it's hard for Spirit to step in and go, oh, hey, look, we have a suggestion. So that's why it's important to be still. In moments of stillness, you might just be able to really write out that plan, maybe 5-10 years from now. Or for those of you who are really connected to Spirit, you could ask them to take over your hand, your pen and paper, and channel out through you the plan that they want to suggest to you. So whatever Spirit suggests, know that you can change it. It's not predestined. Because remember, you're always co-creating with the Creator in the universe, your future. So if you do channel out things from your spiritual team, know that it's not set in stone. You could change it. Things are always changing based on how much inner healing work you do. So there's that wonderful balance that's coming in. So once you are feeling very balanced, then there's a balance between intuition and logic also. So you'll know how to plan the future. And with that intuition and logic coming into balance within you, you're also going to understand what flow really looks and feels like. So flowing with what you have pre-planned your future to be, but also leaving a lot of wiggle room for suggestions or changes or divine detours from the Creator in the universe. So the sacred union also speaks about, and this is for people who already are in a very, very serious committed relationship, but there is going to be more of a balance of energies there. So also wanting to let some of you know that that balance is coming in. For those of you who are searching for your life partner or divine life partner, you need to have that balance within you first in order to attract that level of partnership that you may have manifested in the pyramid. Someone's spirit guide said the most important sacred union is between yourself and the Creator. Something to think about. So interesting, I just realized the word sacred appears twice. So the sacred union, and the next card is the sacred waters. So nourishment, replenishment, health, rest, there you go, 9th time, I don't know how many times, but there's that word again, and self-care. I keep hearing someone's spirit guide, actually quite a lot of your spirit guides, yelling at me about taking an Epsom salt bath. So consider that. Epsom salt baths are great because they could really pull out any lingering layers that is wanting to be released based on the healing work that you did in the circle. Some of you may actually need to be close to a body of water and feel that cleansing, that blessing. So whether that is the lake, the river, a stream, or an ocean, I keep hearing ocean. I could hear the ocean and smell the ocean. So that would be a really good place for you to go. Note that the ocean is kind of like being wrapped in a big Epsom salt bath, if you think about it that way, because the ocean is already salty. The sand is already salty. The air is already salty. So you have a really good cleansing thing that could happen for you when you're next to the sea. So going on now into the spirit plant cards. So again, you're welcome to connect with these spirit plants if you feel called to do so. No pressure to do it. But the first plant that had come out, another spirit guide stepped in and they want to talk about the colors of the plant medicines here. So pink and green. So pink and green represents the colors in the heart chakra. Pink is the amount of self-love we give to ourselves, and green is how much love and attention and care we give to others. So you'll notice that there are 3 cards here that have green plants on them. So some of us may be giving a little too much still. And there's only 1 card here that is pink, which is this rose. And Rose Spirit is saying you do need to care for yourself. And I guess Rose Spirit wanted to be the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, I don't know, reminder to us of taking that time out and really caring for ourselves during this integration. So one of the ways to practice that is through gratitude. Maybe be thankful for all the learnings that you have learned and that have become wisdom, knowledge, insight for you. So when you reflect back like that with gratitude and really list all those things, all those wisdom that you gained, you're going to start to see how you could apply those into your manifestations or apply those into your planning so you could let all those things manifest a little faster within divine timing. So they always want to keep adding that. Things always happen within divine timing. For some of you, it might help to get an astrology reading, I'm hearing, just so you understand what your divine timing may look and feel like. So I like to leave that up to you if you want to do that extra homework from them. So pink rose is just saying practice that gratitude. Also practice being grateful for yourself for doing this work. It's not easy. So that's why you need to take some time to integrate and rest. So you could be ready for the next big thing, they're saying. So the next card, memory, from Rosemary Spirit Plant. So I'm hearing a couple things here. One is the memory card. Rosemary Spirit is saying, yes, I agree with what Rose Spirit said. Go back into your memory and reflect what happened in the past, what worked for you, what didn't, what did you learn from those things. You may also want to actually connect with rosemary essential oil or rosemary plant itself in cooking. I know rosemary is really great at rewiring your brain and boosting your ability to remember. So that might be something for you to try. I'm also hearing that there's some ancestors where the trauma was too much for them that they chose to forget. So if you do have any ancestors who had Alzheimer's or any sort of severe memory loss, that means they have carried their ancestral memories of trauma, or they have experienced trauma themselves so much that they felt it is better not to remember it and feel it. So their brain just shut down and responded in those ways. So if you do have an ancestor like that, and you have some emptiness within you where you feel like, I don't have all the holes filled up to understand my trauma, it could be because an ancestor chose to forget it. So to find what that trauma or pain or negative beliefs were that were born from that ancestor, just simply look at what are the blocks or belief systems, the thoughts that run your day-to-day life. And that will give you a big, big clue into what was intentionally forgotten by your ancestors. So something for you to look into. But know that there's nothing to worry about, because as you do this integration work and allow yourself to rest, some of those things may just naturally heal itself, or some things may come up to the surface, and your insight or aha moment could be healing enough for yourself and your entire ancestral lines. So when those things happen, just trust. So that's the next card from Basil Spirit. So trust what you're going through. Trust what your body is asking you to do if it's feeling really tired. If you feel like you need to order out for dinner because you're just so exhausted, then do it. So Spirit is saying, do what you need to do to really, really rest. I feel like you're all sick of the word rest, integration, self-care. But they're saying it's so important because the amount of downloads that went in and the amount of manifestation work you did. So a spirit guide is saying, you want those things to manifest? Rest. That's kind of nice. All you have to do is rest and hopefully those things will happen. But as you know, we need to plan and act, take actions, right? For those things to come to fruition. But also, the trust card speaks about trusting the signs that you see. Because some of you are seeing it and it just doesn't register in your mind. So if there's something like a symbol or a word that really pops out to you when you're walking around, pay attention to it. And then feel free to ask your spirit team, send me more details. What did you mean when you sent me that truck with that specific word on the side? And what did you mean when you sent me, a second sign, which was a logo, and etc. So by asking Spirit to send you those breadcrumbs of signs, you could string it together or weave together the message or the story of the future that your spirit guides might want to tell you. So as you do that, it will lead you to success, says the Creator. And that's all that peppermint spirit wants to talk about. Oh, one more thing, and this is not peppermint plant spirit, but it's the Creator here coming in. And the Creator is saying, be careful of how you define success. What does that mean to you? And is that programmed within you by your ancestors or the collective consciousness? Or is there a better or higher meaning to success, which is the Creator's definition of it? So you're welcome to spend this time of integration or the next few weeks and onwards trying to define what success is to you, your relationship to it. There's a really tough question coming in here from a spirit guide, and this spirit guide is asking us, have you allowed success to control you in some way? And has it in some ways made you become an overachiever, overgiver, overdoer? So think about those things. What's your relationship to success? Is it even working for you right now? And with this current definition of success, would it help you get to or allow those manifestations to come to fruition? So look at the definition of success, your relationship to it, and if those things even support what you want to manifest. And if it doesn't, then you'll need to change that definition of success and your relationship to it. Wow, big questions today. So I'm just tuning into the cards one last time, but they've gone quiet. So I wish you all a lovely week.